Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here, once again. Right, here is a video that is going to be very, very near and dear to me, okay? Some of you might be thinking, with top 20 Wii games, what the fuck are you on about, Duck? Well, the Wii is my favourite Nintendo console ever, you know? I'm sure that's a shock to some people, because I definitely get the feeling, especially now that we're in, like, the Switch era, that folk are now, that, you know, the Wii is officially, like, nostalgic. It's more than a decade old, which definitely makes me feel old, but what can you do? And I feel like it's getting more remembered as, like, this waggle gimmick that was, you know, that your fucking, like, dad bought just to play Wii Sports for 5 minutes and then left the fucking thing to rust. That's definitely what happened with my dad, but oh fuck, I disagree. I don't know if it was because this was the first Nintendo console I started to actively collect for, and therefore I was more inclined to pick up all the, like, smaller titles that would just go on to be some of my all-time favourites. Maybe that was it, but yeah, I picked up a lot of really small games that turned out to be some of my all-time favourites. What can I say? Maybe there's, like, maybe it's the inner hipster in me. I like that, like, sort of, like, nagging voice telling me to be all hipsterish, but the fact that so many games came out on the Wii, okay? Games, to me, right, basically came in one of three categories. One was your sort of hardcore first-party Nintendo games, of which a lot of which were excellent. Two, casual shite, which you will not see any of that on this list. And three, and in a lot of ways the most important to me, the real sort of like niche games that just came out there, didn't really find that audience, but because the Wii was so popular, got made and just became sort of a place in my heart as a result. And with that category, I really like to try and, like, spread the word on them. I've done Let's Plays of most of these games, so fuck it. With that said, let's just get right into it. Now, actually, before we begin, though, I feel like I start a lot of these top 20 lists saying before we begin, right? But this is actually something kind of important. I have a game here that would definitely make my top 20 for Wii games, but it's not on here because, and this is going to sound kind of silly, I kind of count it as a Wii U game. You're like, Duck, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about this right here, Rodea the Sky Soldier. I definitely did, like, a video on this when it came out, but this is a game by Yuji Naka, the creator of Sonic, and it definitely feels like that sort of, like, spiritual successor to Knight's, okay? I wouldn't say it's as good as Knight's Journey of Dreams on the Wii. Spoiler alert, that's probably going to come up. But yeah, it really was at its best on the Wii, because if you don't know, when they came out with this game, they basically made, like, another version of it for the Wii U, and that version was atrocious. Definitely play the Wii version, which came with the Wii U version, you know? It's wonderful, it really is. So I just want to shout that out just to show that I've not forgotten about it, but I'm not counting it, so yeah, okay. Now, onto the real list, and this is probably one that I will split into two parts, because I'm going to have a lot to say about a lot of them. Okay. See, right off the bat, man, I'm just like, holy shit. Endless Ocean, and for those of you that know this game, you're like, what the fuck, Duck? Endless Ocean, a fucking diving simulator. I don't care, alright? This actually, I'm probably going to go a lot more deeper than I intended to with this, because this right here shows me the power of what a game can convey, right? Because yeah, this is a diving simulator where you go around the sea archiving fish, you know? But there's so much more to it than that, okay? The ocean is huge, and it's just like a wonder to explore. You discover all these, like, new species. You find all these, like, wonderful locations, like you find a sunken pirate ship. You find an abyss, which terrified the absolute shit out of me, by the way, because there's, like, a giant squid down there, and oh fuck, it scares me to hell just thinking about it. And, like, ancient ruins that you could find, and there's even, like, a story and, like, its own sort of, like, cheesy vocal soundtrack, which is, like, it just really adds to the atmosphere. This game, right, fucking play it, right? I actually have the sequel down there, Forever Blue, I think it is. Never played it. Oh fuck, I really should play that game, right? Because this one really does hold a place in my heart. And also, just to say, it was actually, I don't know if other games did this, but this is the only one I can think of. You could actually play your own soundtracks, you know, because I remember at the beginning of the generation, the 360 had custom soundtracks, and that was a big deal to a lot of people. Well, this could do it too. You could put your fucking music on your SD card and play it in the game as you were diving, you know? No other Wii game really did that, and that is awesome. And I see that it also had, like, online as well. I definitely did go online with a friend. Can't remember what we did, but, you know, whatever. Endless Ocean. Try it out. Don't, like, just try it. Just try it. Again, This is why it has to be 2 parts. I'm going to have a lot more to say about this than I did my N64 video. Yeah, okay, now the next 3 on this list, I promise you it's just coincidence that they're all like 2D, 2.5D platformers, okay? But yeah, number 19 is Klonoa, the remake of the Klonoa for the PS1, which I don't know what this says about my love for the PS1 versus my love for the Wii, but this is number 19 for the Wii. But the original Klonoa on the PS1 may be my favourite game on there. I don't know for sure, I'd have to like look at that and make sure of it, but it's up there. It's definitely up there, the original Klonoa. But yeah, this definitely came out in a time that I had sort of like discovered the Klonoa games myself, and I knew that I really adored them, especially Klonoa 2 on the PS2. That's the best Klonoa game as far as I'm concerned, so to get like a remake of the first one for the Wii was really awesome at the time. It is a very short game, being a remake of a PS1 game, definitely. Also really easy, but those aren't things that I hold against it, not at all, you know. I just embrace how like much I love this franchise and how much I'm sad that it's not really around anymore. Like, I remember there was talks for a while that we were going to get like a remake of Klonoa 2 on the Wii if this one did well. It didn't really, sadly. And I think I had like as my channel background for the longest time a graphic of this game and just like big text, buy this game, because I was so desperate for... See, that's what I was talking about these games that you just discover that are just like diamonds in the rough, you know? Amongst all the Wii's like normal shovelware, I should say. You just find them and you want to tell everybody. You want to tell everybody, stop what the fuck you're doing and go buy this awesome game for your Wii Sports machine. You won't regret it. But yeah, Klonoa, fucking love it. Okay, right, next up, bit of a story behind this one actually. Very much so. Donkey Kong Country Returns. Now, when this game got announced, I remember it got announced at E3 2010, which was one of the, like, best times for Nintendo fans. A lot of shit got announced at E3 2010. When this got announced, I saw it and I was like, okay, I will play that. And my first playthrough of this game, I borderline hated it. Seriously, because I was one of those people who was like, you know, confused, because I remember booting the game up, playing it for a bit, and I'm like, why can't I roll? Because I played the shit out of the original Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo, and I was confused. I was like, why can't I roll? And then I was like, wait a minute. That's how you roll. You roll by shaking the Wii remote. And I spent like several minutes going through the options menu, looking for the option to turn off the waggle and assign it to a fucking button. Okay, I tried putting the classic controller in, I tried the GameCube controller, I'm just like, how the fuck do you turn this waggle off? And like, I remember just like Googling it, and specifically the penny dropping, because it's like, you can't turn this waggle off. Oh my god, and I got through the game, but I kept cursing that waggle so much, I absolutely hated it. It was the worst instance of waggle I've ever seen on the Wii. Honestly, God, at least the one that annoyed me the most. So when I beat this, I kind of just put it down and I was like, right, cheery, bye. But then Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze got announced. And before I bought that game, I made sure, can you turn the waggle off? And sure enough, they learned their lesson and you could turn the waggle off. And Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, I probably like it more than this game, honestly, but it's one of the best 2D platformers ever. But it sort of like encouraged me to go back to this one and be like, you know what, maybe there was like a really good game there. Maybe I just need to see past that waggle and just embrace the game for what it is. And you know what, there is an excellent game here. My second playthrough was a lot better than my first one. It was still hard as shit. This game is very hard. But yeah, I just got over the while, right? And we did get that 3DS version, which I think I got like a free download code for, because I did play it on the 3DS as well, which allowed you to use a button. But I never did beat that because I had a much poorer frame rate and stuff, and that sort of stuff matters to me, what can I say? So, yeah. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Yeah. Number 18. Fuck, how long we into this video? We're only 3 games in? And the last of my 2.5D platformers, though I don't think... I don't know if it's the last on the list, but is this right here. Kirbys Adventure. Yeah, I'd say my favourite Kirby game, probably. Like, I definitely picked this over Kirby's Epic Yarn, which is also an excellent game, by the way. Because, I don't know, it was the first time of me properly experiencing genuine Kirby, I guess you could say it. I really think that this should be, like, re-released, maybe on the Switch, along with, like, Triple Deluxe and... what was it again? Planet Robo? You know, that other 3DS Kirby game, because they're all in the same engine, they all got the same style. And that one for the Switch looks the fucking same as well, you know? It's funny, it's like, this game came out and they were just like, fuck it, let's go back to traditional Kirby, see if anybody buys it. And apparently a lot of people are buying it because you're on to your, like, 4th traditional Kirby. Who the fuck, Nintendo? Interesting trivia. This is called Kirbys Adventure Wii. I don't even know what I said when I introduced it there. Might go back to it, I don't know, but in America it's called Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Maybe I called it that because everybody else does. I don't know, but either way, this is my 17th favourite Wii game. Just a joy to play through, really. Like, I don't know, I just remember playing it. It's one of those things that I just played it all and I was, I don't know, constantly enjoying myself. I really was. But, yeah, that's... Yeah. What can I say? That's it. That's Kirbys Adventure Wii. And I just realised earlier in the video I said I'm a lot happier than I was in my N64 video. I meant GameCube. Haven't done N64 yet. Get it fucking right, Donald. For those of you who care. Okay. And number 16. Okay. This... Project Zero 2 Wii Edition. Now, I'm only holding this up because it's all I have. This was... you know, because obviously Nintendo currently holds the rights to the Project Zero or Fatal Frame franchise, and they released this in Japan and Europe with, like, you know, and it is a remake. It's not like, it does use a lot of, like, the same geometry, but they completely redid the perspective to sort of over the shoulder. I think it's running on the Project Zero 4 engine, and that's actually what I really put on as number 16 here. Project Zero 4. I had the opportunity to play English translated version of that on the Wii. I hacked my Wii. I think I've like restored it since, and I don't have the English version of Project Zero 4 anymore. Very tragic, and even more tragic because you know that because the game was so motion control heavy, they'll never re-release it or that. It sucks, but at least I got to experience it, and it was really good. You know, it's funny that I'm such a big Project Zero fan. But my love for it definitely only comes from the first 2 games. You know, 3, only played that once. 4, only got to play that once. And the same with 5. 5's really good, by the way. I've got that down there as well. Doubt that game will ever get re-released. No, it won't. But, yeah, Project Zero 4, I'm sticking it on there. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about it, really. It was just Project Zero, and I really like Project Zero. It did not disappoint, and the way they handled, like, the motion controls were honestly really good. It was fun aiming the camera with the Wii remote, you know, but only up and down, not to left and right, which was a bit weird, and, you know, you had to, like, keep that hand steady to take your shot properly. That was what it was like in 4 and this Wii remake. Now, obviously, we got what we really wanted with Project Zero 5, using the Wii U gamepad as the camera. You know, I really echo Super Bunny Hop when he says that the biggest tragedy of the Project Zero series would have been if Project Zero 5 never came to the Wii U, which it did, not without its flaws, but I can see past them. But we're talking about the Wii here, and Project Zero 4 is my number 16, but I only have this to show for it, so yeah, there we go. Right, and number 15, the first in a sort of trilogy, if you will. Pandoras Tower. Now, who remembers Operation Rainfall? I made a lot of videos about that back in the day. Nobody really says Operation Rainfall anymore, per se. But yeah, it was the fan movement to get this game and two others overseas. I don't know why I'm refraining from saying those two other games. It's extremely obvious, but they're on this list later on, so I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, this was like, yeah, who made this game again? I only know at the time their Wikipedia page showed a bunch of like One-Piece games, so they weren't like an extremely accomplished developer. But this was an incredible effort for that. It's basically a sort of like hack and slash game a la Devil May Cry on a timer, which funnily enough I'm okay with, you know. But the most bizarre thing about it, and funnily enough the thing about the game that I ended up liking the most, was that there's a bit of a dating sim in here, okay? Because you play as this dude, sorry I kept clacking there, you play as this dude and you gotta save your girl here, but she's not in a castle somewhere, she's basically under a curse and you help her by feeding her monster flesh, which she has to eat, and you do that by going back to your like house that you've procured far away from where these monsters are, and every time you go back she's always there waiting for you and usually doing something adorable, you know? And I felt it coming back, you know, it's like you leave the sort of like gauntlet dungeon place that you normally explore and you make your way back to the house and you have to like walk up this little path for like a few seconds before you reach the house. And I just remember the first time doing that, and it was like late at night and she like is outside the house and shouts, "Welcome back," and I'm like, oh, she was welcoming me back. Again, the dating sim aspect, it was my favourite bit, even though it's an awesome hack and slash sort of semi-RPG on top of it. It's, yeah, like, fucking Pandora's Tower. Fucking yowdy. So, yeah, I'll leave that there. Right. Number 14, okay? Now, like Project Zero 2, and there was like a few games like this on the Wii that unfortunately had this fate. Where it didn't come out in America, only Japan and Europe. Mind you, America got quite a few games that we didn't get as well. But this was one of them, and it's interesting because this was like one of the very first games shown for the Wii, sorry. Which is interesting because if I remember correctly, of those three games, one got cancelled. Maybe the other one got cancelled, I'm not sure, but this one did make it, albeit not in America. Disaster Day of Crisis. By Monolith Soft. Yeah, this was like before they'd actually been purchased by Nintendo, and they just made this random like friggin', I guess the day after tomorrow the game, pretty much, you know, because you had all these natural disasters going on, but at the centre of it all was this just sort of story of some like built guy trying to save a lassie from a bunch of like bad guys, you know, and I don't know, like, when I describe it like that, it's actually real generic and shit, but it's fun, you know? And not fun in the sense that it's fun to play, okay, it is fun to play, but just fun in the sense that as you're along for the ride through the story and the game as a whole, you're just enjoying it. At least that's what it was for me, you know? It's kind of split into, like, exploration, light gun sections, which are kind of weird, I suppose, and, there's even some vehicle sections thrown in, and yeah, there's just a lot of really cool moments in the story, and like, you just really fall in love with the main character, honestly. A really sort of weird game, but fuck me, it's one that I always look back on. I did a Let's Play of this one, do check it out. So yeah, Disaster Day of Crisis, you know, I think folk think of a particular game when they think of Monolith Soft games developed for the Wii. I think of that game too, but I definitely also think of this one, so yeah. Definitely that. Incidentally, I'm just checking that if I did any Let's Plays of these, because we're probably getting into it now. I did a Let's Play of the next two ones actually, but next up we have, and we're at number 13, yep. Deadly Creatures. Oh fuck, yeah, I did a Let's Play this one. Shameless plug. It's a sort of, I guess, 3D platformer where you play as a tarantula and a scorpion. And fuck me, you know, like, I remember seeing this box art, right? And thinking to myself, that is shovelware. That is massive amounts of shovelware. It kind of like, it gives me the feeling that it's some sort of like fighting game where you play as like random, like, spiders or whatever, you know, that's the sort of feeling I got. But no, it's a full 3D platformer with really awesome boss battles, by the way, really epic. And an actual decent story on top of it as you're playing out. The story basically plays out with these two like grave robbers, but you're seeing it from the perspective of a tarantula and a scorpion. You know, they're just gone about their day, pretty much, not really interacting with these characters at all. They're just like fucking, you're just there for the ride, pretty much, and it's so interesting as a result. I really, really, really dig it. It's just... It's as cool as it's cool. This is the thing, right? It's as cool as it should be. Okay. Again, looking at this box art, you probably think mega shovelware, in the sense of fucking, you know, a fighting game against random animals. But no, you're playing as these animals and you're doing the things you expect. You're webbing all over the place as the spider. You're stinging people with your tail as the scorpion. It's really good. It's really good. Right, number 12. Oh shit, this is definitely a special one for me. I remember this was also a fairly like early game that was announced, and it definitely changed over time to become something different. But that is Fragile Dreams, Farewell Ruins to the Moon. I did a Let's Play of this one as well. Yeah, I don't think this is one of these cases where I don't think I can properly articulate why this game was so special, because there's a lot of things wrong with it. The combat is like as bad, even worse than like traditional Silent Hill, but it really is a sort of style over substance for me. It's basically a sort of like survival horror / RPG game where you play in a post-apocalyptic world of a boy trying to basically find friends, you know, and everything that sort of like happens to him is like so interesting, and you just want to get through the game just to see how he's gonna like face his next challenge or whatever. I don't know, it's very anime in the sense that the guy, he basically gets an instant crush on some lassie, but obviously she's special and can't just fucking be like, okay, we'll be a thing. No, you gotta go look for her and meet all these people along the way and have moments of like crying and screaming. I'm downplaying it, but I really get the feels with this one, okay? I really... excuse me. I really do, you know? Definitely one of the experiences on the Wii that really defined the console for me, honestly. To the point that I can't believe I'm even putting it this low. But, yeah. Fragile Dreams, Farewell Ruins to the Moon. It's wonderful. It's absolutely fucking wonderful. Okay, now we got the last game of this particular list here. We have Sin and Punishment, Successor of the Skies. I think it's called like Star Successor in America. You know, this is actually one of those ones that I probably don't even have that much to say. It was just a really, really fun, action-packed, sort of like shooting game, you know? Developed by Treasure, and they did it really good. I even like the story in this game, by the way. The story got a lot of flack, but, you know, I thought it was alright. I didn't hate it. You know, it wasn't the thing that kept me going, it was the awesome gameplay and stuff, but I didn't hate the story, so I don't know. But yeah, definitely one of those games that, I think I talked about it, yeah, in my GameCube video, when I was talking about Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door and how I've only played that once, and I'm just like shocked that I haven't decided to play through it a second time because I just love it that much. That's definitely the feeling I get with this one, you know? Really, really should play it a second time. I have played the original on the N64. I remember they brought that out for the Wii Virtual Console, but I never really, I couldn't really get into that one. I've always been meaning to try to, but either way, this one's definitely the better game, you know? And it kind of sucks that Treasure didn't decide to make another one. Fuck me, are Treasure even still going? I think they are. No idea what they're making, but fuck, I hope they're still going. But whatever. Sin and Punishment. Right. That was the bottom 10. Stay tuned for part 2. Yeah. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.